Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our last live broadcast for today. We had our third session of boot camp last night. So we are, for all intents and purposes, halfway through the month. Got another half to go. So no matter what business you're in, it still comes down to talking to people. God knows you have enough people to talk to. So we have some folks here from boot camp that had some specific questions. So if you want to put them in the chat window, we'll address all of them. But while we're waiting, let me ask you, what would you attempt to do if you knew you couldn't fail? If every day you could walk into a room with 100 people and you knew with the certainty that we know the sun's coming up in the east, it's going down in the west, you knew that there were 15 people in that room that desperately needed what you're marketing and selling, and they're all wearing green shirts. How hard would it be to build a business? Question is, what business are you going to build? So what would you attempt to do? You're all in different companies. What would you do? What would you attempt to do in network marketing if you knew you couldn't fail? How would you feel if you knew that you could build your business on LinkedIn and Facebook in an hour or two a day? Every morning you get up, you go over to your laptop. People are outrageously interested in what you're doing. How would you feel? How would you feel if you knew that you could talk to perfect prospects about your business every day and know with complete certainty that they're candidates for your business? That's how you're going to feel. That's how my students feel. The more selective you are about who you talk to, the more fun you're going to have. You know, I got into network marketing and I'm not done with this. I was building my business the old-fashioned way until I was introduced to the internet. So I started building a large organization, and I can't tell you how much fun I had. People are networking and meeting all over the internet. How would you feel if you knew that you could recruit 5 to 10 people into your business every month? I built my business around the events that my company was putting on. I would go to Dallas. I would go to Atlanta. I would go to Cleveland. I would go to San Francisco or Seattle or San Diego for a company event, and there would be at least 10 or 12 people there. If you know who on the other end would buy what you have, you can't beat LinkedIn. How would you feel if you knew that you could become a top earner in your business before the end of the year? I mean, John, you know the hospital officials that you want to talk to about, your product, and they're waiting to hear from you. So what are the best things about network marketing? Low startup cost. Where else could you start a legitimate business for a minimal amount of money? Leverage, no geographical restrictions, no limits to your income, residual income, make the sale one time and get paid over and over and over again. Low business monthly overhead, no employees, the people, personal development, time freedom, financial freedom. And what does it take to succeed? Decision, vision, grit, specialized knowledge, mentorship, a game plan, focus, integrity, leadership, luck. And with St. Patrick's Day coming up this weekend, remind ourselves that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. And personal growth and the right company at the right time. So I'm going to pop over here. All right, so morning, Jeremy.
Hello.
Good morning. So you're concerned about being able to pick out the right people and then what to say to them?
Well, just what the transition, what that looks like from your what do you do and what do you look for, trying to get the basic information from them, and then, just having confidence to transition that to talking about the business.
There's a basic format, template, if you will, for how you can introduce the idea of doing business with you before you get into the business. And it's let's see if I can come over here. Oh. So the basic transition line, you use it when there is a clear need established. So the basic template would be, many of the people that I work with on LinkedIn that are looking for ways to make money from home, are now able to do it. Would you like to know more about how to do it? I mean, there's 18 different ways. That you always end with a question, what do you know about the network marketing business model? So what you're doing is, as you're talking to someone, you have information that you're learning about them from their profile. And their answers to your questions will enable you to take this basic template and mold it, incorporate the words, things that they were interested in, So this isn't it. This was something that somehow got put in here. So let's just get rid of that. So here's an example. Many of the professional recruiters that I work with on LinkedIn who've had a hard time finding a new job, this person had a hard time finding a new job, have launched new careers in a field very similar to recruiting. With your experience, where you would list the things that they've done that would aid them in being successful in your business, teaching, working with people, whatever, you could be very successful doing it and enjoy it more than recruiting. What do you know about the network marketing business model? Okay, many of the personal trainers that I work with on LinkedIn that want to make extra income while building up their training business are able to make money remotely from home. With your previous experience, you would be very successful doing this and not have to beat up your car. What do you know about the network marketing business model? You take the situations that these people are dealing with and you mold it. Many of the nurses that I work with on LinkedIn that are looking for new opportunities are starting new careers. Considering how long you've been a nurse, you have all the experience and skills to be very successful at this. Would you like to know more about what I'm doing? There are many opportunities available to you outside of the areas you're considering that you'd be very successful doing. Many of the retail management professionals that I work with on LinkedIn, with your experience training people, leading teams, and helping them experience success, are starting new careers doing all the things they previously liked doing. Would you like to know more about what they're doing? You take the situation, you take the words on their profile, and you incorporate it into a sentence or two as a prelude to talking to them about the business. So what are you trying to sell?
I'm in LifeWave.
Okay. So you got a health and wellness product. So there's two ways to do this. One is to naturally go after the professionals in professions that are naturally attracted to health and wellness products. You got nurses, you got anybody connected to the nursing community. You've got holistic folks. I mean, if you were going to pick a profession that you believed would generally be attracted to your company's products, what profession would it be?
Well, I think it would be, somebody in health, like you said, either a natural medicine type practitioner, chiropractors, nurses, things like that.
So you can pop over here. Chiropractors. You have 109,000 chiropractors. And you got chiropractors with different levels of entrepreneur, chiropractor, personal trainer. It's 109,000. You could always come over here and say chiropractor. Chiropractor is looking for an opportunity. Got 1,800. Looking for my next big opportunity. I think I worked with 12 chiropractors in Isagenix that all became $1 million earners in their business. So you got chiropractors, you could come up here and you could look for naturopaths. So there's no shortage. And it's just a matter of having a conversation. The key is to be reaching out to people that are active. Start a conversation. The way you're positioned on here, now, you don't have to have any kind of indication that you've got an internet business. You could literally do it with this. And so you're basically just getting started, but your settings are off because I can see your followers. And if I can see your followers, it means that you don't have a connect button up here. You have a follow button.
How do I turn that off?
Well, you got to go into your settings and turn it off. Are you tell you what, if you can type in the chat, nobody's going to see it. Type it, type in your email address and your password to get into your LinkedIn account, and I'll show you. We'll take a look at some of the people you're talking to as well. Okay, let me log out of my account.
It's sorry. The email is it's there. That's the email.
Okay. Pop that in there. Okay. Now let's see if they're going to let us in. Okay, we got in.
So Sheila, there, the third one down on the messaging is the one that's the lady that just got downsized out of UPS.
Okay. All right, well, first, over to your settings. You come down here, see, make follow primary. You got to turn that off.
Okay.
All right, now we go back. Former award-winning sales professional and marketing revenue strategy and analyst. So she got laid off after 22 years. Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's an example where here you have a professional in sales that is looking for an opportunity. Okay, looking for an opportunity. It could be any opportunity.
Yeah. I asked her, what she liked best about the work at UPS. And, basically she said that she enjoyed the marketing part and she'd like to stay in that if she could.
Now here we have a tactic. So you're using Recruiter and Recruiter Lite. So you're connected to somebody that's brand new to LinkedIn.
Right.
And so what you can do here is, you can tell her, listen, my friends refer to me, call me their LinkedIn guru. And if you have any questions about LinkedIn, feel free to, reach out to me. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help you.
Well, that's kind of what I did there in that next message is
Okay, let's see.
I cut and pasted the little blurb on the scripts, and she'd already adjusted her um, page link, so there wasn't any dashes or anything in there. So I just cut that out.
Okay,
And
great. Okay, so now, so the first question you're asking is, what did you enjoy the most out of your previous career? It's not a bad question. Not the question you wanted to ask. Let's see.
right.
Helping others achieve their goals. All right, now, you look at her profile. And she's got the open to work frame. So clearly, the first question you'd want to know is, why do you have the open to work frame? You come down here and you could see that so she's made a post here a month ago that my department was eliminated. Okay. So So you asked her why, what did she like about what she was doing? I would have asked, why did you leave UPS? All right, now she's telling you up here, but hey, maybe I didn't see that. Why did she said your department was eliminated? There are people, they're interdepartmental transfers. What you want to ask the question because you want to get them talking about it. Okay, I got laid off.
Okay.
My department was eliminated. All right, now. So there are motivating quotes out there that you're going to get the opportunity to use over and over again. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. She just told you. Well, she didn't tell you here. I mean, so the first question is, why did you leave your job? Well, because they laid off my department. Okay. They laid off my department. Then a picture's worth 1,000 words. So what you do is you take this image. Hey, if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal. Gets people thinking in the direction that you want them to be thinking. What are you going to be doing next? So if the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but never the goal is one phenomenal image that you're going to find, and you'll be sending it out. I mean, literally to 1 out of 4 people you talk to.
Okay.
Right. The other one, experience what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. It's relevant. Relevant. She worked for this company for 22 years and they let her go. They eliminated her department. Okay, they didn't hold on to you. I mean, so the question is, you get her to tell you why she left. All right. All right. We know. Eliminated the department. So you're saying here, well, let's turn around first and look. Now, this happened in February. So
Right.
she just lost her job.
Right.
Well, first thing she's going to do is she's going to run out and sign up for unemployment. So she's got some income coming in. Next thing is she, along with all the other people, all the other people let go. Announced that there need to better align employee count to current business realities. My entire department was eliminated. Okay. Every comment that someone makes is a question or two buried in it. Just take a look at this one. Can you think of a question? Their need to better align employment count. My entire department was eliminated. What kind of a question could you make out of that? My entire department was eliminated.
How many people were in the department with you?
That's right. We want to ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions start with the word who, what, when, where, how, and why. How many people were eliminated? Guess what does that do for you? She lost her job. You can set her up. She can get set up in her own business. She knows all kinds of people.
Yep.
That would also be interested. Okay. So let's come back over to the. What did you enjoy most about your previous career? Helping others achieve their goals. Now here, $1 million strategy. Sheila, it's no wonder LinkedIn suggested that you and I connect, because that's what I do. That's what I do. Again, the plan change the plan, but never the goal. So helping others achieve their goals. What was that all about? How did you help people achieve their goals? What kind of goals? You want people talking about themselves in the subjects that relate to what you do. People love, helping others achieve their goals. What kind, it's wonderful. Now, it's a great feeling when you help someone achieve their goals. From looking at your profile, I would guess you accomplish that on a regular basis. How do you know that? You don't. You're trying to pay a compliment. But
Right.
okay, but it's not necessary.
Okay.
Okay. You want to focus on the other person. Helping others achieve their goals. What kind of goals? How did you help people achieve? How did you help people achieve their goals? What kind of goals? Get them talking about it, because what they're doing is they're going to be describing the activity that they would be engaged in if and when they get into business with you. But you got a couple of issues. Number one, you're not going to be the only network marketer out there that's slamming her with all kinds of business opportunities. Sheila, this may or may not be for you, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
but that's not what you're doing. Okay. You want to be able to show her. So how did you help others achieve their goals? You come back over here and you look at senior account executives, sales presentations, account executives. So how did she help people do that? And she did it for 20 years. So once you know what was involved there, now she went from an account executive to a senior account executive, and for years she was a marketing revenue strategy analyst. Well, it doesn't sound like sales.
Right.
Okay, but it's okay. So the bottom line is, what are you looking to do? I'd like to continue in marketing, but I only held that role for a year. And my skills prior to that were all sales related. Okay. So come back over here. Let's go back to the other one. Let's take this one, copy it, come back over here. Now she's on her mobile phone. Pop that in there, send it. So you already told her that you send these things out. So the question, my skills prior to that were all sales related. Now, we can ask the other question too. How will others achieve their goals? Okay, now, a couple of other issues. Number one, 20 years that she worked for UPS.
Right.
You have to know she knows something about network marketing.
Right.
Okay, it's more it's people have brought that to her, and very possibly she's been in a couple of network marketing companies already. So again, you want to find out what she did. She liked helping people reach goals. How did she do that? What you're doing, but there's something that you have to keep in the back of your mind. Number one, she's looking. And the longer she's looking, the more open she's going to be to looking at what you're doing. Now you could learn all about her. You know, what kind of experience have you had with network marketing? Or, you know, there are many opportunities out there in sales that are available. She's got a sales background. She says, well, I'd rather do marketing. Okay? Why? Why? I was always told that people in sales make more money than marketing, although sales and marketing are interchangeable. Why? What is it about marketing? If you couldn't find a marketing job, but what was it about sales that you liked? You want to show someone why they would want to work with you, why it would be it would be beneficial to them. And again, it's a process. You're going to end up having to discover, what does she know about network marketing? What has her experience been? And if she's got a negative experience, it's not a big deal. You're going to run into people that have a negative experience about network marketing all the time. You just have better information than they do. And if people like you, if people trust you, why wouldn't they trust you? You're a pastor. You're not going to lie to anybody. You'll end up in a bad place. So the bottom line is you're going to have 10 or 12 conversations like this every day. And some of them are going to fall off. You're going to get an answer that, wasn't really crazy about that. You keep going with the people that fill your message center with information. The more selective you are, by the way, you want to make sure you copy this.
Yeah.
And you really want to make sure that all the dashes and everything. But that's the way it works. So there's no reason. And again, what makes her a great candidate? Because her whole department got let go. How many people was that?
Right.
How many people? What about the rest of the company? How many people that worked where you worked lost their jobs? She could be a hero. The only thing she's going to have to deal with is the general perception out there that about network marketing. Last week, I was working with a student who was talking to a regional director for a large retail chain. I'm not going to mention the name, but the initials BB and D, or BB and B. Anyway, worked for this company for 27 years. That was his only job. Lost it. And the conversation was textbook. Okay. Gets to the point where he's willing to take a look at network marketing. We overcame all of his doubts, his objections, and everything else. And he's ready to jump in. And so he's planning a Zoom thing with 5 of his managers. I'm going to tell them all at the same time about this because they're very, very close, great close relationship. How to present this business opportunity, this network marketing opportunity to this group. And rather than doing it one at a time, you want to do it all at the same time. With the knowledge that if somebody has a negative attitude about it, they might spoil the attitude of the other people. Well, out of 5 people, there were 2 people that thought he was crazy. It's crazy. And they laid it out in front, let these people open up. Why do you feel like we're crazy? they ended up bringing 4 out of 5 people into it. 4 out of 5. With the understanding there was going to be a time limit, 60 days. See what we can do in 60 days. So we all pull and we all work together. The other person wanted to reserve the right to jump in later. Sure. You have to allay any doubts. When people are looking at your business, they got 3 things going on in the back of their head. Number 1, is this real? 2, can they really do it? And 3, are you going to help them? Okay, so let me see. We got another question here. Let me log out of your account. Okay, so the question is, how do I do a Facebook Live video, regular show, without naming my network marketing company? First question I have is, what's the show going to be about? You're doing a show? What's the show about?
Sorry. Um, yeah, I was having a little technical issues. I'm a LifeWay distributor. Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So I just recently signed up with them. I'm just trying to come up with some ideas about how to do like this, like a regular Facebook live video or like a regular show without naming LifeWave or their products. And
Well,
and I,
are you on LinkedIn?
uh,
This is you?
yes, yes, sir. I'm that's me right there.
Okay.
I'm on LinkedIn also.
Okay, now here, as a business consultant, 26 years, what kind of companies did you work for?
Well, I was work more as an independent contractor.
Okay. But for what kind of businesses?
Um, a lot of them were like startup internet businesses.
Okay.
But I'm pretty much just like getting this LifeVantage started. I'm gonna put all my focus into that really now.
Mhm. Well, there are a number of things that you could do from the standpoint of, you're talking about doing a live broadcast, create a regular show. Okay, then come over to Facebook and look at what this isn't a show. It's, a story. But why do people watch these? Because typically there's something that draws them. If you're going to do a show, if you're going to do something for, say, 20 minutes, then you need to talk about, number one, you're not going to talk about your network marketing business. You want to talk about something else. I mean, there are people that come on here and they create shows around anything. As a matter of fact, well, I haven't looked. It's not her name. It's got a, uh, she pops up here. Okay, here you go. Dana, no, it's been a while, I guess. Dana is the top earner in her network marketing company. She built a huge organization. Now, the company that she was working with was a party plan company, and it had a very unique product. Okay, and so she was doing broadcasts here where she would do tarot card readings. Okay, and I mean, this woman had 5,000 people on one of her broadcasts, and there's a way to do that and encourage other people to do it, and then people would naturally come back and they say, so what else do you do? And it was the activity that gave her credibility. Okay, and I mean, the woman's making 6 figures a month. And I started working with her back in MySpace. So there's all kinds of things that she put out there that revolved around her passion.
Mhm.
And the subject, I mean, her product were adult, there were women's parties, there were all kinds of, articles, intimate articles, let me put it that way. We used to joke about it because how can we can't video and broadcast a party because we're bringing up all of these sex toys and all these other things. But it turned out to be a very, very lucrative business. She never talked about that. So it's possible you could do something with martial arts. Or
Right.
that would attract a particular type of an audience, or not. You could pick any kind of a subject that you could develop a following for. And of course, that would be one way to generate business. Of course, the other way, with less effort, would be to leverage off of your profile and start talking to people that are clearly looking for an opportunity. So there's no shortage. She must have gotten married.
Yeah, martial arts is definitely my passion, along with holistic medicine. LifeWay is such a great fit for me, because including like acupuncturists and stuff like that, and a lot of the Chinese martial artists, like Shaolin Kung Fu, they're very much in tune with like acupuncture meridians and things like that. Excuse
Well,
me.
there's no shortage of opportunities. Some of my students have done amazingly well. You just put yourself out there. So that's everything comes off of what you do, what's on your profile. But to do a show, you're not going to mention LifeWave. Unbelievable. Times fly. Folks, tomorrow we have a session at 11 o'clock. And at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to conversation. Who are you talking to? What do they need? What are their interests? That's what it's all about. So until next time, best of luck in building your business.